Hey gamers, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be continuing our series on Road to Apex Repo. I am now like 30 or so kills away from the next level of the badge, and I'm really excited for that. You will note that this is before the season rewards went out, because I'm still running the default style for my Chieftain. But we are on Prokhorovka, and this map, I don't really it's a good map, but in a lot of tanks I enjoy playing, I'm not the biggest fan, and there's too already, and it just kind of gets really slow and campy, as you'll kind of see in this gameplay. You'll see that it can often get into a bit of a stalemate, maybe. It's very rare. Some maps are the case where like one team wins one flank, the other team wins the other, and then after that, it's sort of like this east-west fight, or in some maps, a north-south fight, because the caps are on either side like this instead of like this. But with this map, it's not the case. You can't really steamroll a flank unless you have like a dedicated platoon of like CS-63s that cross and then go to here, like around this area, and then kill anything that went here, and then kind of take this with some other team. But those are rare exceptions when you have a lot of your team supporting you. And this is obviously not one of those cases. There's a lot of tank destroyers and a lot of mediums and a few heavies. No lights, which really hurts this map. It's just really slow. As you can see, that 60 TP is finding out why artillery is a pain on a map like this. The gameplay can get pretty stale. So you see, we're kind of going to the middle. We got a first shot into Oculus 140. That's why I really don't like playing the hill that much, because I tend to find the mid is better. I almost always play mid on this map, even if it's already. As you can see, that I'm staying like low. I'm not poking like this up here. I'm not trying to spot and extend view range. I'm just kind of sitting on my side of the ridge, and then watching for shots that I know someone's gonna try and get over this bush line here, and it's just not gonna work out for them. Unfortunately, we don't have great vision on the hill. We only have 1-2-1 there, and he's not spotting too much. I don't know if it's because they're not really, um, not really playing too aggressively. It's quite possibly the case, but we see the FE 215B playing too aggressive and getting shot in the side, as you should expect if you play, um, on that hill. This map is very much you have to watch the middle, actually on this flank, on the hill compared to I don't even know what Chieftain was doing, but I managed to get less damage there, but I got the kill, and I'll take that. Any kill for me right now is amazing, trying to rack up those kills. So right now I'm thinking, I'm trying to actually avoid Odie here, so I'm trying to drive around, make it harder. One thing I've noticed is actually trying to use these kind of techniques against Odie you find in regular matches. When I turn around and try and do that in like Clan Wars, the Odie just shoots me for like 500 each time because those are good players who aim really well, and you don't often play against Odie that are that skilled. Here we can see a Leopard pushing up. We actually missed the shot. The Chieftain gun is really good, but it's not like super accurate range, and it's pretty long. It's just beyond the maximum range. Second shot lands against the 1-2-1, and FA215B is getting pounded by Odie. Thankfully, I haven't actually seen any damage here, and here you can see why the rail cars here can be really annoying when you're trying to get shots. I almost have the shot, but then actually that one was probably one of those server issues where it looked like it was going to hit, but actually like hit the rail cover and actually went through, like a little server delay. It might be server reticle. I've heard some people want to have server reticle on, others don't want to have it on. I might try and like experience, see what it's like to not have server reticle on. Um, I don't know exactly what it does, so don't consider me an expert on what kind of reticle you should use in this kind of settings. It's not something I'm super familiar with. I just use what's recommended to me, and in this case, multiple recommended. So here I said, oh, Pagetto, he's a one shot. Okay, can I get the kill? He's gonna be unspotted any moment now. And then I aim in, and that was lucky to not hit the like for his front plate at an angle, especially with APCR. That easily could have just bounced. Went to 2 kills. Our damage total is not very impressive, but these Prokhorovka games can really drag on. It's almost as I prefer this map, but to um, Malinovka a lot. It's a lot better in my opinion. I think that's most people's opinion. I like there's a lot more close quarters combat on this map in some way. I don't know. I just like the map better than Malinovka. Malinovka, you tend to go hill, and then the angle of the hill is too shallow for you to really get hull down effectively. And then you get pinned in your lower plate or your front plate if you like a hull down heavy like the Chieftain. It's just not a fun experience. And of course, it's always already shooting you on the hill. And you really can't play in a heavy tank anywhere else other than the hill. So, in my experience, that map is a lot less dynamic than a map like this. I noticed that unpopular opinion. I missed the shot on the SDB1 there. That SB1 is probably not going to survive very long. I take my first hit in the side from the hill. That is to be expected. I'm surprised it's taking me this long. You can see that FA215B is continually getting hit. And here I'm doing the anti-RD strategy, making it hard for them to blind prime my last position, or harder to get a huge hit, maybe only 200 instead of 500 damage, that sort of thing. And there's a stove up on the hill. He's pulling back, I try and get up there, but then I said, you know what, okay, he's gone, I'm going to shoot the house down though. The house can get really annoying. It's probably one of the most commonly destroyed houses. 2 shots there. Actually expensive. I fire all gold in the Chieftain, as most people do. And so, that was like 8,000 credits to destroy that house. As I was saying, a lot of people don't like how... Actually, you saw it, my eagle eye went off when I saw 2 damaged tracks. I might have hit a tank between, but I think I hit the ground below. I saw 2, I remember being confused, but I saw like 2 damaged tracks when I pointed at an ally, which shouldn't happen, so I don't know what was up with that, but I tried to replicate it by looking at him, and it didn't, so I'm a little confused. But the 1-2-1 is back up. Can I get a shot? I come out, he's actually below. They modified that area. So here I'm like, you know, I almost said poke, but I'm like, no, I'm not going to. He's just solidly behind that boom. So, pretty soon I'm going to decide it's time for me to move on from this current position. So, I'm thinking of moving to the other side of the ridge. The thing about the middle on this map is that you don't have to play in one of these 3 areas. Now, this region here, for this side, like this section of the hill, you really don't want to play because it's too shallow, and so someone here can just look down or like play the rock a little bit and then shoot you in your lower plate, and they'll hold down against you. So you generally don't see teams putting chieftains here. They put chieftains here and here, but not here. And a little bit the same for this side. Although this side is much better, but really it's these 2 that are the best. You can see now I'm making plays. I go into the bowl, and now the action is going to start. I missed my first shot against the leopard. You can see the Jagdpanzer in the back. I want to I actually bounced the shell. It's APCR hitting. If that was heat, it probably would have gone in. Or AP maybe even. You can probably see the style. Hey, huge hit. That was a really... that was the greedy of me to try and get that extra shot. I should have waited, but the Chieftain is now exposed. Luckily, the leopard bounced off of my exceptional turret armor, and this is my favorite part of this map, is this region right here, the EF 2 and 3 bowl. They actually buffed it, made it bigger. I love the changes to the map on the bowl side, not much on the hill side. I like the old hill better. Maybe that's because I was like playing mid, but now we're getting able to put the shots in. I'm trying to get one into that guy, but again, APCR at rough angles does not do the job. So we bounce off of probably like the side of his superstructure. And now looking, we're trying to see, okay, the 60 TP, I bounced off of his turret probably. That tank is an exceptionally well-armored tank. And I'm just going to kind of gather my bearings. I'm actually running a little low on ammo. I carry 10 hash, which I probably should switch out when I'm playing. Just playing normally, but probably 35, 5 is the recommended. You actually see the shell the artillery shell almost hit me. I'm up to 4 kills now and 3.3 thousand damage and a lot of spotting too. And I'm just pushing the tempo of the 140. It's going all the way to their base. So I rush forward, I kill the leopard, and now the 183 is there. I heard him fire though, and I want to get the kill on the artillery. I'm managed to get the kill with just 6 kills now, and there's 3 kills left. I trying to get a shot in. I missed the shot. I probably should have held my shot there. And I'm thinking, okay. The thing about there's like they're called like fingers or whatever, because like they look a little like fingers. But for some reason, this 215B, what is this bad 215B players this game? He's coming out into the open and getting destroyed. I mean, there was a Jägeroo on the other flank, on the other side of that boat on the railroad bed, but I mean. So here, this guy is one of 2 tanks that I really fear when I'm hull down. Because they fire Hesh and they do like 5 to 700 damage to you, even though you have all your turret armor only facing them. I get the kill on here, just 7 kills. 1 more kill, and I'll get another Bradley Walters medal. Those are very nice. I put one into the FE 215B's side. He does not even bother to return fire because he just knows he's going to bounce off of my turret. Now, this is like a 50-50 with like a kill or not, and I managed to roll, probably an average roll would do it, a slightly below average roll of 3 would ruin that. So I'm up to 8 kills. I secured the Radley and seen chat. I'm excited about that. Pushing in, it's just the Sturb is that's left, and can we go for the 9th kill? He's taking a lot of fire. Not pushing up, 6,000 damage and almost 2,000 spotting. I generally don't get that much spotting or assistance damage in matches. I always play the heavy tanks and the medium tanks that focus on the damage dealing and less on the spotting. I'm not like a light tank or team support player as much. I just go in for the close range brawls, which leads me to the point I was trying to make earlier before I was interrupted by the action. I prefer like city maps or close quarter combat maps like Himmelsdorf or let's see, other good examples. Steps is a decent one. It's a okay one. Drawing a blank a little bit. Pearl River was actually one of my favorite maps in the game. I love that map. You're just getting like those ravines, those not like those mountain passes, and I managed to flank these stove and win. To 9 kills, and because there's only a sliver of damage left, didn't really up my damage score. I'm gonna voice an unpopular opinion. I prefer the city maps, Himmelsdorf, Steps, not really a city map, like a brawling map, Pole River, Ensk. I actually don't like. That's one that I'm not a big fan of. I can't remember the other ones, but like some of like the close quarters ones that are ones that people think of when you don't think of light tanks, ones that are like, oh no, I got on this map in a light. Just because light tank maps, oftentimes, I'm not really a light tank player, so that's part of it. I just don't enjoy the slower nature of lots of bushes and lots of vision play. You see on like Kharkov, I prefer the old version because it was much more city brawling, up close quarters fighting and combat, as opposed to the new one where the city's okay. And definitely I'm glad it's there, but the field is actually horribly designed in that it's perfectly symmetrical and all you do is get pounded by, like, of course the 3 you're going to find in your matches while you're suffering from just not being able to see them, or you just get you're trying to fight your little tanks that are sitting down the flank that are spotting, and then you make one mistake and then suddenly you lose 700 800 from Odie each time you try and get a shot in. It's just not enjoyable. So I know some people are like, oh, we need less city maps, less corridor maps. I for one am a person who just enjoys that close quarters heavy tank brawling. But let me know what you think. Your opinion might differ from mine. Let me know either on my Discord server, link in the description down below, or on the YouTube comments section. I'll be eager to read your replies and comment back. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please like and subscribe. Have a good one.